How did you find Umbrella?
I found it excellent. I can see the students have put in work, and for the level at which they are, they're obviously class 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're not very old.
Yeah.
You would not expect them to be refined in the products they sell or in their sales pitches. But they've made an effort, and that's the first step towards getting somewhere. Because when you start in business or in entrepreneurship or any field for that matter, you always start off at a level where you're not great, and then you build up from there. So I did see that some students there were still, moving things on, getting a better हो सकता है, you can do something else as well. But that's fine because there is a marketer called Seth Godin, and to paraphrase him, he says, if you waited to perfect your product before launch, then you've launched too late. Because you can always work on making things better, but what's more important is getting it out of the market. Have some sales, keep improving your product. Because even bad products have a market. So I see that the students are enthusiastic about improving. Some of them will go through and perhaps actually become entrepreneurs later in life.
So, as an entrepreneur, what piece of advice do you think you can give to us?
Things vary a lot between industries. So perhaps the principles of business, fundamentals that one should have, marketing ka, selling ka. One thing is that with our generation, or at least amongst my peers, I see काफी लोग thrift shop open करते हैं. They have these small businesses on Instagram, but then nothing really differentiates you from your competitors. Sorry, I'll just put this on silent. So, learn the fundamentals of business. It will be selling, how to study your potential customers, coming up with a plan. Plan is very important. If you don't have a plan, essentially you just plan to fail. Because let's give an example of your projects. You have projects in school. आपको एक चीज़ तैयार करनी होती है. And if you're told that a deadline is the 25th of January, work will probably not start before the 20th of January. अब वो ये बोल रहे 15th को देना है, आप 15th को दे दो. लेकिन आपको एक डेडलाइन दी गई है, उस वजह से you start working and planning things. When you're an entrepreneur or a business person, there's no boss above you, and you have to decide everything. Which means product क्या बनेगा, कब बनेगा, कैसे बनेगा, कब launch करना है, where are the customers, how do you find them, how do you market. Everything is on your hand, and you have to decide everything. So business fundamentals, planning things, plan करना आना चाहिए, and you need to be able to differentiate your product or service from others. अगर हम example लें, the thrift shops that I was talking about, you're competing on price. कोई customer आएगा, अगर आप ये बेच रहे हो, ठीक है, there are 10 more people selling this thing. Sort by price, okay, 9 of you are out. ये जो एक बचता है, cheapest option, I'm going to go with that. You need to make yourself stand out. That would be the third thing I would say. Business fundamentals, plan करना आना चाहिए, and differentiate yourself. There are 2 books that I suggest that anyone wanting to become a business person should do. One is called The Blue Ocean Strategy. It is a metaphor. We have sharks in the ocean, and let's just say there's one fish in the ocean. 4 sharks, 1 fish. No one else is looking around. If the sharks want to feed themselves, they'll have to go and fight for that fish amongst themselves. So there's a bloodbath. They're all fighting amongst themselves. बहुत खून खराबा हुआ. The ocean has become red. But if one of the sharks just breaks away and goes somewhere else, उसी ocean में कहीं और चले जाओ, and you find fish there, and you find a way to get that fish. You're not fighting with anyone. The Blue Ocean Strategy is that, and 0 to 1 by people see. He was a co-founder of PayPal, who co-founded PayPal along with Elon Musk. And he says, go for monopolies. And monopoly is a bad word. कि आप market को पूरा control करो, you're the only player in the market. But that's not always the case. if there is $1 billion industry, let's say Kapdo Khalega, it's probably bigger than $1 billion. But you are in that fashion industry, you're only selling, say, Northeast India का Nehru jacket or something particular. सिर्फ सिक्किम का हम बेच रहे हैं दिल्ली में. Probably there won't be many sellers there, and you get to have a larger market share of a subset of a bigger industry. मतलब एक $1 billion इंडस्ट्री में आप आके $1 million में घुस रहे हो और उसको डोमिनेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. So there are two things. One is that you have lesser competition. So even if you're inexperienced, आपके पास एक मौका है यहाँ पे अपना एक मार्केट शेयर बनाने का. The second thing is that मार्केट में जो बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं फैशन इंडस्ट्री में, या H&M, Zara, you can name more brands than I can. आप उनसे compete करने जाओगे, उनका जितना 1 घंटे का बजट है ना, उससे कम तो आपका एनुअल बजट. They will crush you immediately. You can't go and compete with them. Realistically, it will take a lot of hard work. But यहाँ पे a $1 million market in $1 billion market, that's not worth it for them. फिर यार इतने छोटे के लिए हमारे एम्प्लॉयज़ के सैलरी, दुकान का खर्चा हमारा बनेगा नहीं. हम नॉट गोइंग टू गो देयर. सो यू आर इमीडिएटली प्रोटेक्टेड फ्रॉम बिगर प्लेयर्स. आपने ये मार्केट डोमिनेट कर ली, यू कैन देन गो ऑन एंड लुक फॉर बिगर मार्केट्स. दीज आर थ्री थिंग्स. थोड़ा मैंने ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन किया, बट फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ बिजनेस आप प्लान करना सीख लो एंड डिफरेंशिएट योरसेल्फ इन द मार्केट. व्हेन यू डू दैट आप मार्जिन बढ़ा सकते हो. You don't always have to fight on price.
So, the theme, the concept of our whole Mela and SaaS, as well as the strategies that we have used to make the products, like take from our parents and give back to them. Like a normal entrepreneur, how do you find that?
As in, how did I start my business, or
Everything.
did I?
Everything.
Are you asking about the concept that you?
Yeah, the concept that we chose, how could it have been better, or was it to the point?
The students are funded by their parents,
Yeah. And they'll be paying back to them.
paying them back. At this age, you can expect that to be the case. कि parents आपको fund करते हैं, you're giving them back. I think that principle should be followed, because then students get a better idea of managing their finances. When essentially क्या होगा, you just assume that to be a part of your profits, which you should not. Apart from that, I'm just thinking about how else their businesses could have been funded. There could have been something like a VC set up in the school. The school has say 5,000 rupees that they're willing to spend, and students come and pitch in their ideas. But I think this would be better, because this then gives an opportunity to even those to display their businesses who are not being funded by the school. Perhaps you could do both. Some parents may not be enthusiastic about it. So what will the students do about it then? Those students will be there. Perhaps some of the proceeds that you receive today, you can reserve some funds for giving them out as investments to next year's entrepreneurs. Apart from that, I don't really know, to be honest. I just have to think about it, how we could fund endeavors of kids or students.
Okay. Just to wind up this interview, I want to ask a very fun question. Out of all the products, what product, like you looked at it and you wanted it? And what did you buy? Be honest, what did you buy?
See, as an individual, I am someone who prefers not to buy things that I do not use.
Right.
There wasn't even a single product, unfortunately, that I had a look at and I said that this is something I must have.
Okay.
But I knew that I think students have put in an effort, and because, especially because the money was going to charity, I thought I can get something that I can find a use of. So I bought soaps. I think I have 2 bars of soaps. I bought posters,
Okay.
2 posters, which I think I can use on my table. And I bought, I do not know what the items were. It's something that you hang, and just
Okay.
make sure you can keep those.
Hanging shelf kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can have your plants there.
Right.
So that is something I purchased after a lot of thought and deliberation, because I wanted to support the charity, but given that I'm someone who doesn't purchase things that often, I really have to find out ways to make use of what I'm doing. Then I thought, not me, I can just give it to someone, gift it to someone. Probably that is what is going to
That's
happen.
like true entrepreneur. Like you're thinking before spending your money efficiently.
That you have to do in business. This I do because
Even in real life.
there's a lot of clutter that you accumulate in your life.
Like
And when this you learn even in business. The more things you have, the more you have to think about maintaining them. That takes your mental energy. You have to delegate things to other people. But why even maintain something if that part can be completely delegated? So headache is like, so that's also what I do. I don't like getting ऐसे ही तो बहुत अच्छा चलो ले लिया अब मैं क्या करूँ? It looks good, it's a decorative piece. Decorative pieces are some of the worst things to come inside to me. Because I don't decorate with this. बहुत simple है मेरा. Just a table, a chair, I have books that I read, and my books are my decorative pieces. I just decorate my books. Probably just gift them.
okay.
Things that I do.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very nice talking to you.
What did you say?
Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Bye bye.
खुशी